Welcome to the First Father and Sons podcast in Oklahoma City. We back again with another banger. My name is Jermaine Sr.
I'm JQ.
I'm Corey.
And we are Sharp on All Four Corners podcast. And we like to say peace and blessings to everybody. Yeah. Yeah.
Love. Okay. Look, hey, we Sharp on All Four Corners, tap into their local station for the young men who think they have a chance to make a statement. And we know we the truth. We're gonna preach it until y'all say it. Show love to the youth and your people. It's in the world going crazy. Just fall in line and stay disciplined, and you gonna make it. Everybody don't get a chance, don't count us out, cause we the favorite. It's up to us to build our people up. These people hate us.
Come on.
Yeah.
We the favorite. Come on. Yeah. Sharp on All Four Corners podcast. That's right. We like to say peace and blessings to everyone that's viewing us today. We like to give love to family and friends and everybody out there that show us love back. Today is another topic. We got my young son coming with a topic. It's do you believe relationships have changed drastically because of social media? Do you believe?
Yes, I believe so. Definitely with my generation, at least, social media has definitely made it like where cheating is like.
Wow.
Cheating is like just funny. It's like relatable. It's like relatable content for everybody. That's what cheating is for my generation, or like having multiple people. So I mean, I would say it's changed a lot. It also like makes people like deluded on like their options, because it's like you could just add anybody from anywhere, but like
wow. So we talking about relationships of all kind, or we talking about?
I mean, we can talk about all of them, but I just went with that one because that's like that's the biggest one. That's kind of like
you talking about like a monogamous relationship or an intimate relationship, basically.
Kind of, but like with friendships, in my opinion, I think it's kind of good because it, like, if you're in like a certain community.
Wait. Hold on. I'm sorry, but please reframe what you mean by what is like. Explain what you think is good about it.
Like like friends, having like friends and stuff on social media is good. Like if you have a certain community and y'all like group together like a fashion community, like, because it's easier to connect because y'all have the same interest in mind.
Yeah.
And like it's easier to make connections online. Definitely is now. But like relationship wise,
no.
Wow.
Yeah. Shoot, me and you were still kind of close in the age range, because I'm only like 5 years apart in that little age range. You know, we were still going to high school with the same people at a certain time. So like, I kind of agree. I think social media really changed it, because even like the apps, it be trying to help people cheat. They be having vanishing mode and private stories and all that, and I'm like, that clearly lets you know like it's not for you. Because
it's not for everyone.
It's helping people literally cheat or do things they ain't supposed to be doing.
You mean cheat on everything, or you talking about like?
Well, there's different cheaters. It makes it easier to hide if you texting and flirting and trying to link up with other people, and you're in a relationship with somebody and you're claiming you're loyal to them, but you're sitting there texting Jody or Jodiana,
Julie, right?
Julie.
I think y'all onto something. I mean, if we're talking about relationship as far as boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, we're not talking about like just friends or business partner or anything that we just talking about.
Because it's great for connecting and marketing and all of that.
Right.
But as far as relationship wise, everybody sees it gives people a false reality. Yeah. So the person you're dealing, I'm sorry, but
go ahead.
So for instance, my girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not gonna put me. But say for instance, there's a little Jordan, somebody.
Yeah.
And he's got a girlfriend, but he's scrolling through Instagram. He's seeing a bunch of pretty women. He's seeing a bunch of women.
And has access to
them. And has access to them. Now he thinks, I don't need her because I got all these options right here. But the whole time, if there was no social media, you would have to deal with Shardy because you don't got no options. So now the world, like people our age just swear that they have many options, but they don't understand that's not the point of the game.
So basically, we're saying social media has caused everyone to be single. Basically, a lot of people to stay single.
Yes.
Yes.
Divorce rates increased since social media came.
Well,
out.
yeah, I'm very aware of that. But when you talking about you guys were talking about your generation,
Oh,
right?
for sure.
And so I think that effect didn't just happen in y'all generation of people too. A lot of my generation, you know what I mean? A lot of people are single, and we're looking for what is the trend in a relationship, right? Everybody's looking for what they believe the trend says you're supposed to have in a relationship,
Yes.
and wonder why you don't have a relationship.
Because why you're not happy.
Because for one, everything ain't for everybody, right? So what you might want might not be the same. So you need to know what you want in a relationship. But I think today's time, it is easy access to lie, steal, cheat, manipulate, con, deceive, what have you. It is easy to do it now, right? But I think it's easy to get caught too.
Yeah, it's super easy.
You know what I
But here's
mean?
The thing is, nowadays, that's the problem with social media is people believe they can do that stuff and they do not care. They have no remorse, no empathy for other people anymore because social media has desensitized the human, like our generation's minds to believe that they don't need somebody to love them and they don't need to love anybody and they can just mess around with life and do whatever they want and there's going to be no karma, no repercussions for the things that they do. And I feel like because like I said, social media has literally it's fried people's brains to a degree where they literally think certain things that they are doing in life is okay. When that was some of the things that people are doing and adapting to now because of what they've seen on social media is insane.
But the thing you said, they think it's okay. It is okay because that's what's happening in this day and time, in this era, right? It's the okay thing.
Yeah.
But if you don't jump on board, you know what I mean, then you're gonna get left behind. That's basically how it is.
I'd rather get left behind on that.
Well, I mean, I think if we, and I said this before, if we use social media for what we need to be using it for, versus trying to gain relationships or, you know what I mean, find women or find men or whatever, then we'll be okay. But it's easy to get caught in it.
Right.
It's easy access.
Like y'all say, it's easy to, because I remember, we didn't have social media like that. You know what I mean? We had a house phone, landline, we had pagers, stuff like that. We didn't have this social media stuff now. I mean, you can contact people through social media now. You don't even have to get their phone number. You know what I mean? So it's just, it's crazy to me. But so we say, you guys say drastically it has changed, right? So drastically from what? Drastically changed from what?
I can't explain it. I would say just in the past 10 years. It's it goes from just simple relationships, you see normal stuff, to now everything is everywhere. So it's just whatever to people.
So are y'all afraid to be in a relationship?
Sometimes. Because just from experiencing life and witnessing what people been through, what I've been through with other people, sometimes it is scary being in a relationship because you gotta force yourself to be like, nah, this person ain't gonna do me like that.
Right.
But you don't want to ever put nothing past nobody. Cause
So it's kind of
it's always a clash because it's I love this person and I believe in this person. I see the potential in this person, but at the end of the day, there's something in them that could be a flaw that could cause everything to just crash. I'm not saying they can cause my life to just be destroyed, but I'm saying everything that you have belief in and everything you have faith and commitment into, it could all come down to nothing because somebody decided they don't care.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think that's what makes it scary is nowadays everybody thinks they got multiple options. Like,
But they do.
They do, and that's what's messed up. Because not trying to be rude to nobody, but you could be ugly.
But
you could look
so
any
if you
kind of way.
so if you feel like you're scared to be in a relationship, then why be in one?
Because I don't want my fears to stop something that could not be what I'm making my mind believe it is.
Right.
I don't.
But
want
reality is showing you too, like because there's a difference between belief and belief or faith or blind faith and versus facts or truth, right? I can see what the world is coming to. I can see what's happening versus me saying I'm just gonna believe in this situation by faith, right? Why be in a relationship if you really can't see the truth in it?
I think it depends on the person you're with.
Right.
Because you can see the signs before you even actually try to date somebody. There's a whole
See, but we already know people put on a representative when they meet you, right? They'll dot all their I's and cross all their T's.
Sure, not with me. I'm looking at everything.
And then you get involved and don't realize that you done got yourself into a situation that's toxic.
I mean, some people like look at it as like just not a risk, but like let's just see where it goes. That's how some people look at relationships.
Yeah, they do. Let's just go with the flow.
Or something like that. So, I mean, I understand relationships. They can be scary, but I mean that's kind of with anything in life. It's kind of you have to take that risk, or not risk, but like.
Then that's a risk.
You just
But
have
what,
to, like,
so what,
step into that.
so what would you tell yourself, and what would make you believe you're ready to take that chance of being in a monogamous relationship with all this social media access?
What I would tell myself is probably to stay on my course. You know, not like like you have certain friends, you have certain people living different lives around you. You might compare yourself to them or see what they're doing, but it's kind of you're on your own path. So just put it up. What's going on with you, your significant other?
But if you're on your path, should your partner be on the same path with you, or should they have their own path and you have your own path?
No.
I feel like you guys, since you all are different people, y'all should have different paths when you guys meet. But I feel like the end goal should be to be
same
one.
accord.
Yeah.
That's a profound statement, but it's tough because somebody's not gonna want to give up the path they've been on when they meet you.
No,
Right.
facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like I've been doing this when you met me, right? So you have to accept that, right?
Or
But-
compromise. It's either.
But I don't, and that's the thing. A lot of people say compromise. I don't believe in compromise because sometimes you compromise to being in something that you don't agree with, or you compromise in being something that you might be walking on eggshells or you might be in doubt about, right? Because you're trying to be in something with somebody to make them believe you're interested, right?
Right.
So you compromise your integrity, you compromise your morals, your standards, your values to be with somebody. And I feel like if you have to compromise those things, then you don't need to be with that person.
Or if you. I don't know. I forgot what I was saying.
But that's just me though. Like I always speak for me. Compromise is supposed to be a promise, right? What is after the COM in the word? What is that?
Promise.
Right. Now, is promises made to be broken, or is promises supposed to be something you stand on?
Well, for me, promises are meant to be stand on, but there's people that like make promises
And break them all the
whatever,
time.
You can break them, but
Like it ain't no big deal, right?
I think just being raised by you, I just know that it's better to stay true to your word.
Yeah.
Just stay true to your word, but don't promise
Don't
nothing.
promise nobody that.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I don't believe in compromise, because you never know. Your mind can change too. You know what I'm saying? Like say you're in a situation with somebody and they decide they don't want to be with you. You could do the same thing. Like, I don't want this no more.
Right.
But yesterday you told him you love him, you care about him, you want this.
Today,
But then you wake up the next day and be like, man, I'm cool on this.
And yeah, that do be a scary thing about it.
But also we know that social media played a part in that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm trying to say?
It's so ugly getting on social media, man. Because you see stuff like people will literally bait it into people to feel that way. Like there'll be somebody being like, "I just want to tell you, gay, but your girlfriend's going."
She's going.
Like, why?
Why would you put this on my feed? Like, why would I want to see that?
You're making me.
I
mad.
love her. Why
You're
are you
making me
telling me?
mad.
Well, see,
That's messed
but
up.
see, that's the thing. Like today's time, the loyalty is way
Cut.
different now.
Because they not cut like back then.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, sometimes loyalty then wasn't right because people were being loyal to toxic stuff,
Yeah.
to abuse,
People
to
were raising kids and not having a
You know-
You didn't even like
you know what I'm saying.
Right.
So I think, like you were saying earlier, you were saying stay your course.
Yeah.
But I think if a person gonna jump in the car with you or ride the plane with you or get on the train with you, they don't have a choice.
We better be
Right.
prepared for it to crash.
Well, what I'm
For us to
saying
get
is,
there on
if you're
time.
the driver of the train, right,
Right.
and somebody get on and the train is going so many miles an hour that it's going, somebody can't just say stop and let me off.
So if you fall off, right, and you get back up, that's cool. Or it's
What do you mean?
like
No, if they fall, you gotta keep going.
Because they can't stop. Just
Yeah,
like
they
it.
can't
But
stop.
I mean, if a train or a plane is just going as fast as it's going, and somebody went off, you ain't gonna be able to hit brakes that easy and stop and wait on them to figure it out or push, pull, or drag them. You're not gonna be able to turn around and come back that easy.
You're gonna have to ride it out.
So if they don't want to ride it out for where you're going, because I use this example. There's a lot of millionaires that we know in the world, and the wife gave up whatever she wanted to help him pursue his goal, right?
right.
And then when he was able to pursue his goal, right, and when they were able to live comfortably, what happened? She was able to do the things she wanted to do. But if you got a vision, she got a vision, or she got goals, and you got goals, and they don't line up together, that's going you headed for
There's
destruction.
gonna be a problem regardless. And that's one thing that I can say is there is a lot of stuff that I do see from women or young women that are doing pretty well on not just allowing young men to tell them anything and they just go for it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I've seen that where there's cases where they're like, I'm not going to give up on my dreams and my goals
Because-
for somebody that doesn't have a plan.
But
or-
because
or-
social media has showed them that, and not only that, before social media, there was a time where they started making laws and things where women can make a certain amount of money now, right?
Mhm.
They can make as much as a man. They can do what men can do
Mhm.
and all that. So that played another role in relationships because now they're in their masculine. Not saying they're being a man, but they're operating in their masculine because now they're competing with men. And that's what men did all the time. Men didn't have to compete with a woman because she was always in her feminine. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now that she's in her masculine, it's hard for men to be in a relationship because a man, a real man, well, let me just say this, a solid man don't want a man. He want a woman. So if she's in her masculine, you know what I'm saying, and operating her masculine, he cool on her. But she thinks it's an intimidation because she's making more money than him, driving a better car. No, it's a turnoff. But they think that that's intimidation. We're not intimidated by you getting no money. Get your bread, baby. But recognize that I'm a masculine man. And if you operate in your masculine because you get money, I don't want it. You see what I'm saying?
Or if you, were you treating me like I'm less of a man because you?
No, they ain't treat you like you less of a man. They treat you like they're a man. You know how?
Yeah.
Okay, so if she in her masculine and you're a masculine
You
man,
start acting
right?
like you the
Most
boss.
of us men do what? We compete.
Mhm.
Boys compete. We compete in basketball, football, everything we do, right? So she becomes your competitor. Not trying to treat you less than. She just compete with you, bro. Because you know what I'm saying?
And I'm not gonna go.
If she make you feel less than a man, then that's on you. That ain't her purposely doing it.
No, I was asking. I wasn't necessarily.
Oh,
saying.
no. She can't make you feel less of a man.
I don't think with us.
We
but I feel like there
brainwash
are.
ourselves to believe she making me feel like I'm less than, she demasculating me. No. No, you're doing it to yourself, bro. When you allow a woman to be masculine to you,
And
you do it to yourself.
Sometimes they don't even be masculine. It just be they think they run something, and it's because
Who and what characteristic of a person does that? A male, right?
yeah,
Men try to run the show. Men were taught to be the head of the household, right?
yeah,
So if a woman is doing it, she's in her masculine.
exactly.
That doesn't mean she's not feminine. That doesn't mean she's not a woman. She just operating in her masculine side right
And
now.
there's sometimes they're not even operating in their masculine side though, because I feel like there's also like a real nitpicky thing with them where like everything
we do bothers them. And
But
they
that
gotta
could, but
question it.
that could be from a previous situation, probably
Yeah.
like a previous breakup, or previous marriage, or previous. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That can come from that, and all she did was argue, bicker, and fight with him. So that's all she used to. That's all she know.
and then that's their first approach to any
Right, because
conversation.
because most of the time all you know is what you're gonna operate in, right?
Uh-huh.
Until you learn something different. You know what I'm saying? So you can tell when a woman's argumentative and been in an argumentative relationship because she always got a comeback. She always got a rebuttal. She always got something because that means she been doing that before she met you with the last cat, or she did it with her parents, or she did it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
She and some people don't know their lane, bro. Some people don't know their lane, bro.
Lanes to this.
Yeah,
You know, so I just feel like we have to understand, for me, know who you are, know your purpose, you know what I'm saying? And whatever vision that is laid out for you, you operate in it. And if somebody come into your life, they coming into that, not you changing it or you going into theirs. Because then you're going to be uncomfortable.
very.
You know what I'm saying? If I'm compromising for something that I really don't like, I'm uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So don't compromise nothing unless, you know, there's a saying that says, how can two walk together except they agree? But then you'll find some people say, I agree to disagree. Which one is it? Do we
Exactly.
agree or do we agree to disagree? If we agree to disagree, I'm cool on that.
Exactly, and that's what I was gonna say. I don't try to compromise, but if my girl says something about me or to me that I feel like if she's telling the truth about me to me,
Yeah.
and I realize it, and I realize it's not helping me in any matter,
What's
then-
not helping you?
whatever it may be, you know, maybe for example, I keep leaving my shoes on the floor. She keep having to tell me, hey, your shoes are in here. And I'm not saying that nobody has to do that to me, but and just in
Just an
general.
example.
Yeah, so like when in that case, I'm like, okay, that is annoying. Because for one, I'm tripping over the shoes.
Right.
She's tripping over the shoes.
Right. Right.
Let me just start putting the shoes
But
on.
that makes
So it's
sense
like-
though. That's
Exactly.
not nobody trying to rule nobody or
Exactly.
or you know what I'm saying.
So that's
that's
why I'm
just
like,
that's just making sense.
I don't compromise when I feel like I won't compromise, but if I feel like something my woman is telling me about me would make my life better, I'm gonna take that advice.
And I call that making the necessary changes.
Yes.
Right. Making the necessary adjustments. I think that's fine. You know, make the necessary if it's gonna make y'all better.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If it's gonna make your life better, your situation better, then yes, make the necessary adjustments, right?
Mhm.
That's growth, right?
Mhm.
But if you got that mindset, I am who I am, I'm not gonna change for nobody, I've been this way, okay, you stay that way then.
And you get away from me.
You know, you can stay that way because
You
it's
you
gonna
have
be
to
some
change to be
changes that's
better.
going. It's gonna be some changes that's gonna have to be made.
Right.
Not saying you got to change the whole thing about you, but
Exactly.
there's gonna be some changes that need to be made
Just
for this to
change-
work. You know what I
Change is
mean?
inevitable.
It's inevitable. It's gonna happen.
You
Whether
cannot
you
get
force
rid of
it, whether you do it on your own, or whether it's forced, what have you, it's gonna happen.
Whether you like it or not, it don't matter. It's gonna happen. And so like,
The social media stuff, I try not to let it get to me
Mm-hmm.
because
But you have though, right?
I've had a few times where I've seen something on social media.
Right. All day long, just scrolling, scrolling, like
What you
it,
doing?
harden it, all that, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
where you at?
Yeah. Right.
So, and I mean, but now it's gotten to a point now where it's like, okay, we done sat down, we done talked, we done tried to figure this out. She not pressuring me, I'm not gonna pressure her.
Yeah.
Now, of course, I'm gonna have my moments where, what you got going? What are you doing?
See.
Lock in before I get mad. But
See that? See that?
But sometimes you gotta get on them like that, because then they'll start thinking they could just do whatever around you. Though that's how I feel though.
But I don't feel that. This is. I'm gonna say this. If a man is operating in his proper space and place, it's gonna automatically be respected. If you're not, that's when you're not gonna get the respect you feel like you need. So that's why I always say, before you get into a relationship, be on your game. Be your man. Know who you are. Know your purpose. Because that way when somebody comes, they just going to respect it. Period. You ain't got to argue with them. You ain't got to fuss with them. If you do, that ain't the one. And if she is the one, she ain't the one at the moment. Because she got to respect you. Because to a man, love is respect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To a woman, love is respect. Vice versa. Right?
Right.
So if you not getting your proper respect, you're going to feel like she don't love you. And if you have to go through changes where you got to get on her and do all that,
yeah, that's one thing.
There's no proper training been in there. There's no proper guidance been in there. Somebody ain't taught her how to treat a king or treat a man, or he ain't operating his kingship
or something.
I just feel like a man walking in his aura as a king, as a man or God or whatever that is that he called himself, they just gonna automatically fall in line.
His daughter's going to.
Everybody. That's right.
And it's a lot of days, even if you see people still married, you still don't see the husband calling all the shots. And not saying like they call the shot, but you still don't see the husband being the leader. It'll be like mom said.
It depends. It depends. Because it depends on what you call a leader. Because in that home, that because you don't see it, don't mean he don't make the final call.
Yeah.
That don't mean that, she don't come to him before she make a decision. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Or don't mean they don't have that understanding that this is what it is, what it ain't, what it's going to be. And you can go ahead and be the one to be the voice. But it's because of what I said.
Right.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, we don't know that.
Yeah, you never know. So I guess that's true. I think I can only say that looking from the outside. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it do look like
they being weak or they soft, or that ain't true, because they've learned women, they learned relationships, and they learned to pick their battles. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And they learned small things is nothing to a giant. You know what I'm saying? Like, as you get older, some things just don't matter no more to pick about or fuss about. You know what I'm saying?
Give it to somebody else the problem.
Yeah, I ain't finna trip over that. That's what she want to do, she do it. But she know where her bread and butter is. She know what time it is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's just how it go. But sometimes, like you say, we're on the outside looking in. Like, dang, she running the show. Now, sometimes you can tell when the woman is running over the man. You know what I'm saying?
When is that?
When basically, but let me not say this one, but you can just tell. Let me say that. But there is some times where women are really running over the man. Like running over him. And he's I say one thing I can say that I feel like makes a man feel like he's being ran over is because he goes to work 8 hours a day, maybe 10, maybe 12, right? However long he works, he comes home. And he has a honey-do list. Now I gotta work, now I gotta come home and do work and be a slave in my own home, but you call me a king, I feel like he's getting ran over. You know what I'm saying? Because I shouldn't have to go work to pay the bills or provide or protect and then come home and still be that. When we should be making enough money or getting down through there where somebody that's a professional can do that, because I'm a king. Because every king you see sitting on the throne, he ain't down there slaving and being no servant. He calling shots and somebody else is doing the job or the work for him. So if you're a king in your home and you go out and you bust your butt all day and then come home and get a honey-do list, and you got to start fixing this and doing all that, to me, you're a servant in your own home. That's just me. And then they try to make you believe by saying, well, a man is supposed to change the oil, a man is supposed to fix the brake, a man is supposed to do that, but I'm supposed to provide and protect too, right? I'm supposed to put my whole life on the line and come home and do it. What you gonna do? Tell me where your life is on the line for me then.
I ain't gonna lie, my biggest statement that I hate that comes out of women's mouth, women, little girls.
We ain't trying to bash women.
I'm not. But look, this statement right here I hate with a whole passion. As a man, you should ...
Yeah.
That right there pissed me off.
It's supposed to.
How you gonna tell somebody? You don't even own. You don't. What are we talking about? That because it's like
It's supposed to. But the thing about it is, if somebody is doing that to you, then you're not in your position. You're not standing on your business.
I usually only see it with people that are mad at themselves though. Like
What you mean?
so like there's a time where there's like a TikTok or something, and a woman like this is what I mean because men can't have nothing no more.
Man,
So
look,
look,
you're in
look.
this position where you're trying to make it be all against women and all about the women. You got to be careful with that. You gotta stay
I'm
balanced.
not trying to make it against all women.
Okay, come on.
Okay. There's some women out here doing some crazy stuff though.
Okay.
And so I don't like the like as a man type thing, like the question, like
Right.
as a man you should be
Right.
doing something. I
Right.
don't like that because I feel
Yeah.
like
They watch soap operas too much.
Exactly.
No, let me quit.
because here's my thing is I've never once been like with nobody I've ever experienced in life have I been like as a woman you should do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean,
I
you're
don't-
speaking on it.
Also
You're speaking
depends
on
on
it.
the kind of person you are. Cause,
Right.
Because you might not think it's something in like your brother or something's like, as a woman, you need to do this.
Yeah,
So,
as my woman. Because some men be like, as my woman, this is what, you know what I'm saying?
Uh,
So you can't
This is
put
what I
your
want from you
situation.
though. Not a,
But you got to remember, your situation is your situation. Your box is your box. You can't make it be for everybody.
yeah.
So whatever you feel like is different for you, and a woman is doing that, that's you.
It's not mine. It's look. Okay, so look.
You're just
I
saying in general.
Yeah, I seen a TikTok, and this is what I mean by we can't have nothing. A man had on a rope chain. This woman reposted his TikTok with the rope chain, and then put her face on the screen, and as a grown woman said, "As a grown man, why do you still have on a rope chain?"
What's wrong with a rope?
What's wrong with a rope? We can't even have a rope chain.
How do you have a chain
Hey,
anymore?
We
that's
can't
how-
even put a chain on
That's
it.
how she feels.
We can't even.
That's how she see it.
I know, but it's
But
crazy.
social media, this era, this day and time, everything you can do now to get money, you know what I'm saying? Will put us in a space and place like that.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
So people got to get up on their stuff.
Another
You know what I
thing is too, everybody think they could be famous or think they're supposed to be famous.
Why not?
Why not?
Why?
Anybody can be famous, bro.
But why?
In this day and time, why not?
Why though? It's not for everybody.
That's
Not
Because the glamour, the glitz, the shine, the lights, you know what I'm saying, on you that you get, the respect you get, the love you get for that. That's why. But nobody really sees what happens when you going home and you close the doors and women take off all their makeup and their wigs and the men kick off his shoes and you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he has to look at himself in the mirror again. We
Right.
don't get that. Now, Corey, the question for you is, give me your end all be all for drastically change. Like, what do you believe can be done in your era that can change for the good?
change for the good. Well, I mean, like, personally, I always say like if you're in a relationship, then you probably shouldn't be on social media.
Woo!
Just the way that social media is, it kind of like
Fact.
it kind of is all like made to like show stuff that you wouldn't think of all the time, or like you see like me, I see stuff like stuff like yeah, your girl's cheating or stuff like that on like TikTok or like Instagram. It'll just come up out of nowhere. But like if like the way algorithms work, like if you stay on it for a certain amount of time, like,
Yeah.
So you see the video, right? You go to the comments, you look for a little bit. Now it's like, all right, we're just gonna keep sending these. We're just gonna keep sending these videos. You're just gonna keep sending. Them. Or it's like you need to watch your girl or something like that, or this relationship isn't meant to be,
Right.
Stuff like that. It's just I feel
People will ruin your relationship on social media, right?
Mhm.
Especially if it's going, because a lot of relationships have been ruined because of social media, and they was famous and they was making good money, but now they broke up.
Or like, yeah, a lot of people like publicize their relationships, get big, and then blow. Like it just ends and it's over.
That's crazy, man.
But my thing, that's what I'd say.
Just basically shouldn't be on
stay
social
off,
media.
or just you guys gotta figure something out.
Yeah.
Make a way. Make a way.
Yeah. Well, again, I appreciate you guys for taking time out today on this Sunday Fun Day. It's been a lot going on. We've been working and taking care of business and trying to build our empire. So I just thank you guys for coming out today. This will be our last episode for today. I just want to say I love you guys and I appreciate it. And to all the people out there that's been watching and viewing and giving us our love and our flowers while we yet still alive, we just want to say peace and blessings.
Sayonara.